Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Was that a yay? I saw a yay by Robin. That's cool. Because I am not up. Let's get the system going here. All right, there we go. So, what do we got up there this morning? As you can see, we have the dollar index up on Chicago Quant, and let's see what we have. Let's do this right there. And let's slide down and see, and then the dollar index on the Russell right there. Dollar index. You can see, pressure on the downside again. The dollar pairs trades, dollar lose. Pairs trades win. That's basically what's going on now. And I guess as far as I can tell, it's going to stay that way. It seems like the Fed itself is coming, and the markets are becoming comfortable with the idea that this is kind of the tail end now of the price increases, or as a bond interest rate increases, and they'll raise it again. Hey, Robin, they'll raise it again, like half a percentage point next week, I guess it is, or the following week, and then from there it'll be a timeout. And they'll try to figure out what they want to do next with it all. That's pretty much the way it usually plays out. Hey, George, how you doing this morning? Looks like the markets firmed up yesterday. It was interesting. They just kept on pushing more and more and more. The euro closed in a buy, the whole bit. In other words, they kept on pushing throughout the day. And now we get the magic numbers in 58 minutes at the end of the webinar here. We'll keep an eye on that. That'll be interesting. So we will... pay attention to that. Yo, yo, yo. Hello, all. I like that, Robin. That's good. And then you can see over here on Chicago Quant, right there, you can see this is the dollar index. Yesterday it closed in the daily sell. I thought we put the line in there yesterday. Let's make sure it's in there today. Right there. And we're still in that weekly sell right there for... Put the line at the zero line there. You can see it's been in a weekly sell for weeks upon weeks. Same way as we look at the J4X. Right there. And you can see that pressure on that product the same way. And as we've talked about, we're looking like, we're figuring that this product should find its way back down into the 90s. And then from there, it becomes the guessing game. Somewhere in the middle here, maybe 96. Maybe they go scare people at 92. Not really that concerned at the moment. I know that the story... Oh, Insanely Pro Trust Trader. How you doing? Peace all. As we used to say, peace all and a little on the side. It's a 60s saying. Remember that one, Robin? Robin and I were both 60s hippies. So, with this type of action... And the way people are concerned about the dollar, and then they talk about the crypto and so forth and so on, you would assume that it'll find its way back down with these interest rates trying to at least flatten out. I think that's the best way. Remember that? Peace with a little on the side. I like that. Anyhow, explanations, you have to Google that. We'll go with, I know, I shouldn't say that because you never know what Google will say. They don't usually follow the facts. So that's where we are with the dollar. And we can drift right over into the euro. Let's take a look at the euro this morning. See what the euro is up to. And obviously it's not going to be challenged the weekly. It's very comfortable in its upwardly momentum, I guess you could say, against the dollar. In other words, it's gaining against the dollar with no problem whatsoever. And as you can see here, there it is. Look at that. Weeks upon weeks now in a weekly buy. This vacillates because it goes from 0 to 100, and you can see we're in the 90s now, but the green line is adhering itself or trying to almost not separate from the dash line. And then obviously over on Chicago Quant, you can see the same situation. We're below the zero line. It's been pressured for weeks upon weeks for a few months now, since early October, I guess it is, or mid-late October. From the 13,400 area, and now it's down to 12,900 area from 13,400. So they're pushing. Dollar is slowly receding back, which it should do. And I know there's no doubt that the inflation numbers are really I guess you could say they're like I can't even find the exact word that it will bleed into everybody's language, but it's a mess. Let's put it that way. It's a plain mess. It's like a bunch of string knotted together. The way the stats go, the way the understanding of the cryptos go. That's the whole thing. And I would have to say, when I threw that word in crypto, you have to be really happy to see how Bitcoin obviously is coming out of this the best. It dropped a cup like $3,000 or $2,800, something like that, from the panic, and then what it did, oh yeah, there's an announcement. They're talking about it. The Democrat senator from Arizona is moved to independent now, so I guess it's 50, 49, and 1, something like that. I'm not even sure how it's working. We'll see. I don't know who she's going to caucus with or what. If she was going to caucus with the Republicans, she would have said so already. So she's obviously not doing that. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So they're saying she's still caucusing with them, so it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. It's just like a political spin thing. Because as long as she's caucusing with them, she's still a Democrat. She's part of the Democrat alliance as much as she claims she's not. So there we are with the euro. And you can see it's drifting down nicely. From there we'll go to cable, unless there's some question there. Oh, there we go. Go euro, go GBP. Yes, indeed. And we'll take a look at that. It's the same situation. Oh, let's do the daily too. There's the daily. You can see that there. Moving up for the last 3 days here. And what do we have there? That's the dollar index. Let's get that. Let's get the euro up on there. And there is the euro. You can see for the last 2 days, the product has been in a daily buy yesterday and now in today. We'll see as long as it stays above this line here. And we got the volatility signal right there with a green and a red on the day before that. And so you can see that there's definitely that consistent rhythm of weaker dollar compared to the euro. You can see that upwardly slope since we've gone into that weekly buy. It just keeps on slowly twisting its way up, up, and up. Then from there we'll jump over to cable. There it is. And there's cable on a daily, a couple days in a buy. And right there. Same situation. Let's get rid of that. We haven't updated those in a while. I know we talk about it. I'm almost sure we do. But you just read the lines so you can see the same story. We just put those lines in there with the dotted lines is just to remind you what the product is doing. Just like there, there, and so forth. You can see they just, we put them in as this work turns up. All right, so the cable, same situation, and a nice long run on the weekly side of it. And let's put the weekly up there. And there's the weekly, same thing. Lots of up and away, and you can see, the green line fluctuating over and under. Lots of pressure on it. And then obviously you can see our weekly buy signal also right there, just in that weekly buy, holding on pretty well. This was probably the only real correction. We went into the daily sell, got some pressure there, dropped underneath the manifold, but refused to go below the zero line, and then bounced off of that. And ooh, what a rocket shot from what's that, about 102? Let's see, what is that? That is 101. And it's run, no, it can't be, it's 110. So let's look at that a little bit closer. 115. That looks like 115 right there. So it fell down to 111. No, yeah, about 111 and a half, and then dug its heels in at the 113 area and lifted with no problem whatsoever. And it's been climbing, and now we're at the 122.7 now. So cable's feeling very comfortable and firm. Hey, there's Metho. Now, how come I didn't see Metho when I read Insanely Pro Trust Trader? Intraday. Oh, yes, I do. Let me turn on one of my intradays. Let's find that. Where's that mouse at? Let's show you some intraday. We do that every so often. We show you intradays. There we go. And we'll close that. Yes. And close that. Yes. And then let's open up intraday. All right. There we go, right there. And so here is an intraday chart. So same math, same identical math. As a matter of fact, I actually went back and looked at that webinar I did, which I wasn't very impressed with. About the daily intraday charts should perform as well as the intraday charts. The daily charts and weekly charts should have the same success rate on your intraday system. In other words, they should match together. So in other words, you're using the same tools, and they should match together. So in this case here, you see, matter of fact, our intraday seems to be even a little bit better, of course. But you see here, it goes into a sell. Product finds a way to go down until right there. Gets back into a buy and stays in that buy, because you can see right here, let's widen that. You see right there that it's still above, and the green line is still above. And so it's in a buy up until here, and it goes into a sell-off of that little sell-off. You see it goes down again. We get back into a buy right here. You see it goes back up again. And basically doesn't go into the sell until right here. And then it goes down and it stays in that sell all the way to here, where it makes new lows on this from that entrance of that sell. Now it's awful. It's obviously choppy and scary at times, but in the end result, it's the stats. And then you get into a buy right here, and then it's winner, chicken dinner. Now this is live as we speak. Now it went into a sell right there. Do you want to see intraday on, say, like Euro or cable or something like that? And then you can see it right here. This is the S&P 500, which is the most active. I would say, that and crude oil are very active products, so you get a good true picture. In this case here, it goes into the sell off of this one right there. And it does go down a little bit, but then turns again. And it gets back into the buy off of this one right here and has gone nowhere. Maybe a little bit more high, flirting. Matter of fact, that has pushed it into a sell right there. And now it's trying to do something. We'll see if this rolls over. More than likely it will, especially with these two lines underneath. This is our gas line 12 and our gas line 9. I like to, when running the very, very short terms, I like to see the flow of them. Okay, let's do that. Let's try this. Copy. Paste. Let's just double check that right there. All right, and then let's put the euro in there. And I think the front month now is March. I need to move my contract over to March instead of December. But I did notice something last night. I looked at it and I was really, really surprised how thin the volume was. Right there. There we go. Let's see how it feeds in. And while we're waiting, let's do this. We'll go back to that again. And see, it has finally rolled over. So it went into the sell here. And and it's still in the sell. And it did try to pop up, but we had a red dot, so obviously you don't respect that. If it was green, of course, it would be a long. And we're watching it now. It's still making another low from this point. And let's go over and see if we can see if the euro has caught up. Now let's do this. Let's shorten the time frame, because it may have 2 in there. And so let's try to go to 1 and see what that does. Huh. That's interesting. It's going to have to take some time. Remember, we don't do, it's calculating. See how it says it's calculating right there? We don't do minute charts. We only do ticks or contract charts. So in other words, the bar is made up of X amount of contracts or X amount of ticks. So it might take a little while for this thing to digest. We don't pay attention to minutes and hours and so forth. Yes, intraday. Okay. Cassian. Okay. Try Cassian. And we'll let it keep on calculating. And then, when it's done, we'll be able to see it. So what we'll do is I will move that over to the left here like that. And we'll wait for that to get done. Let's go check out. You know what? Let's check out the S&P still too. Just one more time. And where's that? Right there. No, not that there. What did I do? Oh, there it is, right there underneath. So we go like that and go back to this one again. And you can see it's trying to turn up now. We're getting a volatility signal. And it's fighting to get into the buy side. It's been a very shallow sell. Very shallow. And these lines hanging on the 0 line are not the most bearish thing. Need those things to roll over like they do here. Matter of fact, it's trying to get back into the buy. And it's playing with it now. There it is. And they're trying to take it up. So it looks like they're going to go after another number on the upside. Now this is the deck contract. So that pressure is on. Yeah. That's what you're looking at right now. It's live. It is live. You're looking at live right now. That is live. So now if it closes here, that'll put it into the buy. That's what we do. We show you charts that are live every day. We're not showing you like 3-hour-old charts or 2-hour-old charts. We're showing you live charts, and we are almost done. It's almost there. Okay, that's confirmed. It's in a buy now. See, eight ticks. You can't try to trade intraday not live. Now, this is going to be interesting to see because obviously this is the highs of the day. So this thing has to take out highs. It's a when these things get to highs or make new highs in the day, it always brings in computer selling, and it's and so forth. But yeah, you can see there that's live. That's live. So now they're doing a little digestion in here, and we are 31 minutes away from the news too at the same time. Now let's go back and check to see if any of the data has filled in on the euro. Still nothing. We'll just wait for it to do it. We're going to move that over, and we'll just keep. And what I will do is I will keep a copy of. Let's do this copy. I have it on another screen, so the moment it fills in, we'll be able to give you that contract. And then let's see. We'll put it here on this paste. Right there. And so there's the S&P 500 trading live. The ES 500. Now that's a deck contract. It's not the March contract. And let me see. I'm watching both of the both products trade, trying to see who is out trading who. Not there. There it is. Okay. So let's see who ticks first. I'm looking. it looks like December is still as liquid as, like, in other words, normally they slow down trading on Thursday. They stop it's not the dominant contract anymore. March is, because they flipped the contract on today. Today is the swap, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, because it expires on the 16th. So this is it. So what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing as many bids and offers on December as I am on March. So, and I looked at the volume last night, and I was really surprised. The volume is very close to each other. So they're not. Normally they would stop trading the December and they would slip into the November. I'm sorry, not November, March. But in this case here, they're not doing that. And so, right, let's see. Oh, is that it? That's not the euro, is it? Still not filled in. Still waiting for that to happen. What do you think about copy trading? Copy trading. I don't know about copy trading. Copy trading and others. Dukascopy, are you talking about? Copy trading. I don't know who copy trading is. I can Google them. Is it a source? Is it like Bollinger Bands type of thing, or what is copy trading? Is that the name of the company, or Dukascopy you're talking about as a brokerage house? I was describing brokerage houses to somebody yesterday, and the way I described it was basically like buying a car. So in other words, I actually labeled understanding markets and trading and so forth into three categories. One was options and derivatives. Okay. The second one was technical analysis. And the third one was understanding the products themselves and how they execute. So in other words, and that's the easiest of all of them, picking a brokerage house to a great extent compared to the other two. People run away from learning options, and they try to lean into technical analysis because it's very visual. But I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me see if I can do this. Let's see if we can get, I want to see what let's see, let's go like this, 3. Let's put 3 in there and see what happens. I doubt that that's the problem. You know what? That is the problem. What is going on there? How can that be the problem? I think it's still calculating the data. That's what it is. So, because there's no doubt about it that the euro trades 286 contracts probably like every, 2 or 3 minutes without maybe even less, every 30, 40 seconds. It's a very liquid product. So I'm a little surprised it hasn't updated yet. But we're going to go back to the daily again, just the one. Maybe I should go with a default. So let's see what it does with the default. No change there. And let's just go back to 1. And what it's doing is it's calculating all the data that goes on. See, whereas here, I use this every day, so it's in there, but I don't pay attention to I don't really trade the currencies much as I used to. I used to trade the currencies a lot. I kind of there are times I do. I'll trade gold. I'll trade oil. I'll trade like the euro. If there's action in there, I'll probably gravitate towards it, but I don't usually do it every day. I just stay with the one product, and I can spend the profits of S&Ps just as easily as I spend the profits of corn or euros or silver or gold. And there is no, like, the only thing that makes me choose a product to trade intraday wise normally is its volume and activity, and the S&Ps are have the most volume and activity of the indices. And then obviously when it comes to pairs, the euro, then the British pound, and then the Japanese yen, and then it's like Canadian, and then from there the most volume is the Swiss. And so, that's the thing that kind of triggers me what I go for. I mean, to copy those who trade best. I don't know who trades best. Who trades best? How do you get a list of who trades best? If I could get a list who trades best, I would probably pay attention to it. But most of it's marketing, as far as I can tell. I mean, I don't share my mathematics. I show you the results of my mathematics, but I don't share my math. I created a Dukascopy tools that you can use to try to emulate them. Right there, using the fast stochastic versus the slow stochastic, using the Hinky-Ashke bars to emulate our dots, but I don't really share my math itself. So, I show similarities that you can try to use, and without a doubt, compared to MACD or parabolics and so forth, the fast and slow stochastic battling with each other is way more accurate. Oh, here you go. We're still in that intraday buy on the, let's fix that. We're still on the intraday buy right there of the S&P 500. Since it went into that buy and was really sloppy from that very poor sell. And then it did this. It still stayed in the buy throughout all that. It's still above the zero line. The green line has not pierced. And here we are making, as I said before, that was the highs of the day. There's your computerized selling, very thin. And now you can see it again lifting up. Are we over 400? Almost. Where are we at now? 89. So we're 11 points away from 400. So yeah, I mean, insanely, or I'd rather call you a trust trader. Trust trader. If you have a list of the best traders, love to see them. But I don't, I don't think there's anything published like that. Now there might be houses that have the best. What do you call it? The best production, like profits for the year, but you don't know how they got it. They're not going to show you their way of doing it. My signal, Pro Trust Trader. My signal has a list of them. I'll go to it and see. We still haven't. It still hasn't updated the. We're not seeing an update yet in the euro, which is a little disappointing. It's taking a while. It may take, it's calculating the data. My algorithm is chewing the numbers, going back and looking at each trade. Whereas on a minute chart, you just go back every minute. You just look at the close of the minute, or 5 minute, or an hour, or whatever. But when you're trading intraday, I trade spatial, so I only trade in contracts or ticks. What about growth delta? Well, first of all, my signal. What's my signal? Let me go Google my signal and see if we can figure out what that's all about. My signal. Is that a website? My signal. Strength. Flags. Interesting. Signal private messenger apps on Google Play. Signal, download Signal. So the best traders you think are up on Signal and they're telling you the trades they do, or you're seeing them live? And then I'll go to the next thing. What about growth delta? Growth delta. What is growth delta? In what way? Growth in earnings? Growth in capitalization? Is that like IBD, the Investor's Business Daily? What is growth delta? Let me Google growth delta. Growth delta. Sales? Growth. Let's see. Canopy growth delta. Let's see. Growth. Let's see. Growth delta growth meaning There's a reverse of that. It says, what does the phrase, what is the delta meaning in business? No, that's not it. Let's try growth delta. All right, let's see what that says. Growth delta. Growth system. Explore your chapter's membership. No. Growth, Delta Growth, Toronto Digital Marketing Agency and Consulting. Growth Formula Delta. ZEA Database Final Fantasy 14. Growth Delta Growth Inc. I don't see. I'm Googling Growth Delta, but I don't see it. Signal is what? A data provider? Yeah, that it's that too. I do know that part. It used to be, at least. I used it. And as you can see here, we're still in an intraday buy. Again, here's the classic, In other words, another high of the day. The computer programs kick in. They probably do a Fibonacci or something like that. And then you can see it's still lifting up, and we are just hanging on by the hair of our thread here in the buy. Look at that. And maybe it's going to go up again. Let's see. Yeah, it's a provider. It's a very old one. I used it decades ago. When you paid $900 a month or $1,500 a month for service. Trust Trader, can you give us a little bit more idea about this growth delta? Or where you derived it from? Can you say something about the website? And the same thing with my signal. Oh, let's go check. I want to check to see if we get the euro going through yet. Still nothing. It's crunching those numbers. That's what's going on. It's just crunching the numbers. And we'll see from there. Okay. Let's see. Percentage increase in or decrease. Oh, it's a tool. Month to month. Increase percentage-wise or decrease in percentage-wise. And that is in price or volume or earnings or what? What is it? What is it encompassing? I mean, it makes sense. Like I said, I have a good example for you. Month over month. Okay. The price of the product itself or like I said, the earnings. Well, you can't have earnings on currencies, so it must be just the price itself. So it's a momentum indicator, in other words. I bet it's a momentum indicator. Common traders get involved. Ask questions. We see you. Huh? Oh, come on, traders. That's it. Get involved and ask. Crack that whip, Robin. Crap it. I would say that it's probably month over month momentum. So I would imagine that's what you're talking about, right? The momentum itself. So it's a momentum indicator. Let me Google that. Momentum indicator growth delta. Let me try that and see what that comes up as. Because I would say that's what it sounds like. Momentum indicator. Momentum. Momentum change and impulse. Physics classroom. I like that. Calculating change in momentum for an object and a constant. I like that one too. It's all physics terms. I like that. Calculating momentum change solved example. What? I see. It's a momentum indicator, obviously. Khan Academy. That sounds familiar. And so for constant force J equals F minus the delta over time. Okay. I would imagine my work does that too. Don't, please, you lost me. What do you mean, a momentum indicator? Momentum is it's it's like a stochastic. It's looking at or a moving average. It's a momentum. It shows you the momentum. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Uh, but I mean, if you have a particular indicator you follow specifically and it has a name, we'll go put it on the screen and see if we can, we'll match it up to our work, that type of thing. And as you can see there, it just is pushing into the sell right now, right there. It hasn't gotten a sell yet, but it's trying. Look at this. It's below, and let's emphasize this a little bit more. And as you can see right there, it's trying to fall into the sell. It's very close. You can see it's 0.00 on the right side there. You see that right there. So there's your it closed in a daily sell. Not daily sell, intraday sell. It's in an intraday sell now. So let's see if they push this thing down now. Why can't I go for a link and see my trading online? You can go for a link and see my trading online. Oh, actually, what's it? Jordan says momentum indicator is the same as a MACD. Yeah, basically. No, momentum is totally. Oh, isn't there like a what is it? There's a couple different types of momentum indicators. The math gets, I guess you could say they manipulate them and they change them around a little bit to try to make them unique. And so you see there, the S&P is now in a intraday sell, but it's not really falling much at all. Now, was it Insanely Pro Trust Trader says he has a website, or she has a website. And you can go there and see them trade live, I guess. No, momentum is totally different. Where can we see the math? On the momentum indicators? Oh, let's see. Let's see if we can find something here. There's your basic momentum indicator. They all use it on some level or another. Okay. So in other words, it's integrated in there. Momentum. Let's see. Let me see if I can get over to it again. Right there. So there's the formula for momentum. And P. You see the equation momentum is directly proportional to the object's mass and the velocity. Therefore, greater object's mass, so forth and so on. Now let's go with a momentum financial indicator. Let's take a look at that. There we are. Momentum project home, momentum. I guess that's a company or something like that, financial group. But I look at a bunch of them. Isn't parabolic, Robin, a momentum indicator, really? Where can you see anything? Well, we don't share the math. Okay, why not? Oh, okay. It's proprietary. We can provide real-time access to it, though. Okay, there you go. All right, let's go back to here, too. Here is, you can see the S&P live. We went into that sell here. It's ticking away live, and it's going down in value. So there you go. You can see our math live. Like I said, we show you the results. We won't show you the math. And so you can see that, that was the first sell that we got since we went into the intraday buy right here. And it went all the way there to right here. Is it there? No, right there. That's where it went into the sell right there. Gave you a new high too, which is cool, and you then sold it. So there's intraday. So once you can do this, you could start doing live webinars with Dukascopy, like the way I do. And you could put your charts up there and then put it like and run it against the J4X one that I run now. See how well it competes with it. And that would be cool. Think about that, Pro Trust Trader. That would be, I mean, that's the whole idea. Doing this stuff live, that's why I do it here. Is that I ask anybody to compete. I have no problem with competition. I'm very happy with it. And so there we are. All right. Where did we leave off? I guess what we're doing is we're watching intraday trading at this point. We've fallen into that category. I'm hoping that the euro gets enough data, and if we don't get enough data today, I'm going to keep it plugged in, and by Monday we'll take a look at it again, and be able to see the euro on an intraday basis. I'm surprised it's taking this long. It is surprising to me that it's taking this long for it to fill in. And you can see there, we went into the, I guess we could put our cute little lines in. So it went into the buy here, right there. And now this was a long ride too. And then it went into the sell right there. And you can see when it went into the buy, it found a way to be higher more than lower. And vice versa now. It goes into a sell. You can see it's found ways to be lower than higher. And we're still in the sell there. So this is live, and you're seeing real action and the whole bit, What else can we say? Oh, my list of momentum indicators. Let me go find a list of momentum indicators. Momentum financial indicators. Indicators. Momentum indicator. There we are. All they want to do is sell me something. Technical analysis used to determine the strength and weakness of a stock's price. Momentum. That's true. What is a momentum indicator? Let's do that. There we go. Let's put this up on the screen. Right there. What is a momentum indicator? And definition. Momentum indicators are technical analysis tools used to determine the strength or weakness of a stock's price. Momentum measures are the rate of rise or fall of a stock price. Common momentum indicators include relevant strength index, RSI, moving averages, convergences and divergences, and MACD. Yeah, see, they're pretty much all of them have the same formula in them. They just tweak them differently. That's all. So, where's my phone at? Oh, there it is. I just heard it ding. Let me see who's dinging me. Russia is a... What? There we go. Let me just answer this. Same games as always. There we are. So, yeah, there's your momentum indicators at RSI. What else is in there? There's a breakdown of the formula there. Is there any more in there? But that's basically a momentum indicator. Producer price index comes out in 16 minutes. I'm going to stay on while it's going on. And let's do this too. There we are. We're still in a sell on the S&P 500 as we speak. You can see that. And let me go check again. It's still not filling in. That's really irritating. Let's do this. Let's change products in there, and I'll try doing it again. It's doing a lot of work. Sometimes it just gets caught on a glitch, and then I have to go wick it up, that type of thing. Let me see if I can find a way. But I will get this thing. If we don't see it today live, we will do it on Monday live. Let's see. Let me do this. I'm going to just change the product and then go back to it again. Yes. There we are. All right, so there you go. There, that's sliding down still, as you can see it. Now let me put the euro back in there again and see if that'll wick it up. Oh, maybe I had it in the wrong spot. Maybe I had to go cash. There we go. Let's try that. It's just still trying to fill in. It's doing the calculations. It's got a lot of work to do when you really think about it. You know what? Let me kill two of them. Kill that one. Yes. And kill that one. Yes. And just bring it down to that and do a reload. Let's see if that'll help it any. And you can see that was a good sell also. So there's your intraday. Ooh, wait a second. We're getting something. Let's see how this goes. We're starting to get something. I dropped gas line 12 and gas line 9. We'll just look at it on a very rudimentary level of intraday trading. So what you really come down to is that there's a lot of different little tweaks to a lot of momentum indicators. And so, when it comes down to, let's see, momentum indicator is the same as a MACD. Yes. Let's see what else we have here. Where can you see this math? I showed that. Let's see. What about PPI expectations? Well, I guess that's what was driving the stock market up. We're up pretty high, and now it's driving back down again. And it looks like they're trying to get it back into the buy. Look at it; it's starting to turn up. You can see that right there. We are flirting with the buy there. So today's turning into a intraday conversation. Normally we go through all the products and take a look at them, see what they want. If anybody wants to see any specific product, let me know. We'll jump over to it. And if not, we'll just stay with the intradays and we'll stay with that and see how it all plays out in the end. I am curious to see some of the others myself. I want to see what the Turkish lira is doing. There's the Euro Turkish lira. You can see there it's pressing up. Let's see if I move it like that. And you can see, it went into the daily buy yesterday, and it's in the weekly buy, so that pressure is on there. Let's go and take a look at the Swiss. I imagine it's heading down. Yes, exactly. Went into the daily sell yesterday, and it's still moving down, and we're weeks in a weekly sell at the same time. Same thing with, I'm going to see what the yen is doing. There's yen. Same thing, went into a daily sell yesterday. And it is, I should put that red line in there. Still in that sell today. And you can see the weekly has been in a weekly sell now since back in here in the 147 area, 148 area. NASCAD. Okay, let's go check out NASCAD. There's the daily NASCAD right there. You can see that thing is going like a moonshot. It's been in a buy since like right here. We don't fill it in too much because no one asks for it, but there's the buy right there. And it's been in a weekly buy since let's just making sure that's good. Yeah, that's good. And it's been in a weekly buy since right there. So we went into the weekly buy there. So that's been very interesting. Went into the weekly buy in the 78 area. And we're trading in the... Let's fix these numbers too. Let's put some lines in there also. No, not reset scale. There we are. Let's see if we can get this going. Let's go with that. Let's make that 14. There you go. You can see that. Then let's put some lines in there. Format the window so you can see them a little bit better. Appearance maybe? Price scale. There we go. Let's make it white. didn't work. Let's try that again. Wait. There we are. Wait. There we are. So you can see here, at times this thing has jumped into the bind and backed off. Let's make that fatter so you can see it better. We haven't had many caring about this product in a while, so that's good. We have it on the screen there so we can have it instantly with no problem. And click that. Go yes. So you can see here, went into the buy there. We don't have the dots in there either. Let's get the dots going. Add. Okay. Okay. And let's add another one, the downs. There it is. Okay. There we are. So you can see there the product has basically just been marching along. Ooh, okay. Looking for it now. Let's see. I see it. Oh, okay. I see message. There we go. And so you got, let's go back. There we are. Anyway, there you go. There goes the mouse. And so you can see that strength in the product. It went into the buy. I guess it was like there. We could do this too. We need to fix these guys. Style.
Robin R.
Yes, sir.
The lines all need bolding. They can't even be seen.
Okay.
Bye.
Let's see. There we are. There we are. There we go. So that's that. Now let's fix the grids. And make them thickerish. Let's see. There we go. There we are. All right. Let's see. So how is that? I haven't seen you 54 in a while. I'm glad you asked. Because we are drifting around in Intraday today. Today's turned into an intraday tool, but unfortunately the one product that was wanted is still downloading. It's taking a lot of work to get there. And as you can see right there, what it do? Okay, after the sell-off, it is now back in a buy where? Not right there because we have a red and green, but right there. So it went into the buy right there. And we got a volatility signal at the same time right there. There we are. There we are. So it's been, it's been interesting. That was the first buy that we paid attention to. That's the second trade, the sell. And now it's back into a buy again. And this is all live. This is exactly what you're talking about. Now, I really wish the, you know what? Let's shrink this down and see if I can do something to get us something. Let's go from 1 day to, where is it at? Okay, let's try something like 96. Let's see what happens when I do that. 96. Let's see if that fills in. Never have I seen so many people so strong on both sides of the long and the short. I heard that right before this nice bounce up, the bullish consensus or bearish consensus was pretty dramatic on one side. I think it was on that. No problem, 54. And so, if anybody wants to see any particular product while we're playing around with this intraday, I can always throw it up there. Now, look at that. It went into the sell right there. So let's put the line in there. And now it's going to get real noisy, traders. So even I try to steer clear of any intraday trading. We got 4 minutes to the news. So at this point, you're going to watch where the odds dramatically shift on all technical tools because of news coming out. Don't fight the Fed and don't fight the herd. I hear you. At this point, it's a great contrary indicator. Bullish sentiment, bearish sentiment. I've never seen such strange both sides being so much on top of each other. Like there's a guy on there now. He's saying don't buy the stocks at all. He says 223 is going to be bad. In a world of quantitative easing, I try not to use old-fashioned techniques. Okay, there it's still in a sell, so you can see that it's pressing down. We got 3.5 minutes to the news, and we're in the sell. It's making new lows in this signal. In other words, it went into the sell here, and it didn't make a new high. It didn't take out that high, and it is now taking out these lows. So we'll see what they do there. And so let's see. 54 says same for oil, Doc. Split even between buy and sell. And it really is. It's interesting. I think we're at a point, because of the way there's so much. I don't know what to call it. I want to call it. What's the word I want to call it? I want to call it something. I guess it's the central banks being such a strong player in the market and the politics so much involved in the market. It's really hard to take any of these statements and so forth to want to invest in them. It's really, it's really hard. It really is. Janos, put out those videos a bunch of years now back, like 4 or 5 years ago. And, how to trade, important information, in other words, fundamentals, how to trade fundamentals. And he showed how the fundamentals had just fallen apart. We almost got into a buy there. Notice we have a red and a green. There's the green, there's the red. So we're still in the sell. It had to be just a green to put it into the buy. Now you can see here, if this thing closes in a buy, that's a nice volatility indicator. But again, we have 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and I would not be in here making trades at this point. But we'll be able to see how the market treats the news, live. And so I'm getting ready to put the bar in there for the buy, but it keeps on flirting with the sell. I'm going to put it over there like that. Did it make it? I think it put it into a buy. It's a buy. But I would not be in there with all this nuts going on right now. It's in the buy now from this sell right here. And let's see if they're going to just go zoom to the moon or what are they going to do. But oil, yeah. I mean, I was amazed that we're in the 70s. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's good that it keeps on going down. I want it to go down. So we will see how that all plays out in the end. What else do we got going on here? We have we're under a minute now. It's 40 some odd seconds to the news. The Dow's up 129 points. You can see here the S&Ps are in a buy, but they are really stalled. You don't want to have a position on in this noise. And we're going to see what's going on in 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2. Let's see what they do. I don't see what they're doing. Okay, there we go. Whoa, look at those nice swings. Looks like we're going to go into a sell again. It seems stalled there, doesn't it? Now, what is that all about? Why did it's just stopped functioning? Let's see what's going on there. Now, the deck contract... What is going on? Okay, they've rocketed this thing. That's what. No, they didn't rocket it. It's down big. Is it down big? Wait a second. The December contract is down Okay, now they're starting to fall in line. Okay, so they're slamming it. That's what it is. Okay. So now we're back into a sell again. Let's see how that treats it. There's your sell. I would let it digest a little bit here before you want to start to jump in. And now it's starting to smooth out. So there's your first buy right there. Now there's your next sell. There's your buy again. There's your sell. It's moving at extreme rates. Hotter. Hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. It came in zero point 0.3. They were looking for 0.2. Hot, hot, hot. Dow down 200 points. We'll see how they shift the momentum on this. They seem to be starting to bounce back a little bit. We'll see. Matter of fact, if we go like this, we widen it. There we go. And you can see there, there's your, where's the sell at? This was the sell right there. It went down. We're still in a sell. These things are, it's still underneath all this. So let's go like that. And they took the currencies down with it too. So the currency pairs are backing off a little bit. Let's take a look at the currency pairs. Hot, hot, hot. There's the euro. They knocked the euro down, but it's still in the daily buy. Same thing with Mr. and Mrs. Cable, I'm sure. Same thing. Just a little pressure there. We'll see what they do with all this. Let's see. Let's go down to the intraday again. There's the intraday. It's in a buy from here. Where's the buy at? Let's put the line in. So the buy is right there. There we go. Now it's going to go into a sell again. So it's in a sell. Years back we used to have the camera on an intraday chart of the euro, so you could actually use the 1 hour to trade our math. It's still on a sell? Yes, it is. Let's see if they're going to change the momentum again. There it is. It's back in a buy now. So it only went into the sell here for about 3 bars, and then the 4th bar, it went back into the buy again. Made cute little lows, but that's about it. Now the question is, they're not down that big. The action itself is not that horrendous. They're pretty much. I think we closed in the 60s, so we're only down 20 points in the S&P 500. Dow Jones Industrial Average is only down 141 now. I saw it down 200 and something. I don't think this is going to have much of an effect. So there we go. Intraday trading. I think we're going to label this as intraday momentum and intraday trading. That's going to be the conversation today. All right, traders. And you can see here it's been in the buy since. Let's just steal this one. Move it over. Went into the buy right there. And it's still climbing. Even with the these reds here, you can see the green line above the 0 line, the histogram above the 0 line. So it's still in its buy. Wouldn't surprise me if we're plus very soon. Time for gold. Let's go see what gold looks like before we leave. There's gold. Gold is higher. It's in a daily buy from yesterday. Weekly buy for weeks upon weeks here. And when we look at silver, same thing. 2 days in a daily buy and in buys for weeks. All right, traders, we're out of here. This is Doc from North America. Catch you all on Monday. I will get a euro intraday chart going for everybody. You'll be able to. I got the data, trying to collect it all up now. I'm just amazed how long it's taking. It has to go back and look at the history, the whole bit. So, happy trails to you until we meet again on Monday, and we will show you an intraday trading of the euro. By that point, we'll have it live. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. Everybody have a safe and smart weekend.